In this lesson, we shall talk about integration of the form ax plus b all raised to the power n, where a is a constant, b is a constant, and then n is a constant. Okay, so this is an example. All right, you will be given a question like this to integrate. Someone might say, okay, why don't we expand this thing? That would be a lot of work. Okay, so if you are studying mathematics, it's not just about getting the answer, but getting the answer using the best possible way. Okay, and this approach where you would expand this thing 6 times and then you will integrate each term is not the best way to go. So what is the best way? So we use this formula. Whenever you are given an integration like this, okay, what you do is that you integrate the entire function by the general knowledge of integration. That is, you would add 1, right? So add 1 to the power, add it. Then you would divide by the power, isn't it? So you divide, which is n plus 1. But the new thing here is that the coefficient of the x term must also divide. Okay, that is the only new thing. So the power comes here, but the coefficient of the x term will divide. That is the only new thing. Okay, so now let's solve an example. So we have something like this. So we write the entire function plus 1. Okay, we add 1 to the power. So we write the entire function, then plus 1. Then we will divide by it. Then the coefficient of the x term, which is 2, will also come and divide. Okay, that is it. So when we clean up, this would be 7 times 2. Okay, so that is 14 here, and then 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, and you end it here. Also, don't forget to include the plus c. Okay, don't forget to always include the plus c. Now we have an integral which is a bit different, okay, but it looks very similar. All that you have to do is to pull the constant out. Okay, right? So if you have something like this, take it out. So instead of the 2 being here, it is allowed, it is really allowed for you to bring it out. So you have something like this. This looks similar. What is the rule? We will add 1, okay, to the power, and then that will be 10. We divide by 10, and also we will divide by 3, okay? So let's do that. So this 2 is out. Then we add 1 to the 9. So we have 9 plus 1, and that is what is here. But do not forget the 3. It must divide. That is the rule. Then plus c. Okay, so we can clean this thing up, and this is what we have. 9 plus 1, that is 10. Okay, but 2 goes into 10 5 times. 3, 5, that is 15. Okay, and this plus that will give you 10, and this is what we have. We are done. Now we have this. All right, so when you have 2 over 5x plus 3 all raised to the power 3, what this means is that the numerator raised to the power 3, the denominator raised to the power 3. Okay, so this is what it means. Now the numerator raised to the power 3 means 8, isn't it? And then so that is the 8 we have here, and this we can employ our knowledge of indices to write it this way, so that we can easily add the 1. Okay, add the 1. Right, so we will put the 8 out. Okay, put the 8 out like this. Then we have something like this. Then we'll come and add 1. That is, we are integrating it. But mind you, as soon as you start to add the 1, this sign shouldn't come. Okay, it means you have already started the integration. Right, so we will add 1 to the negative 3. Now whatever we have here is what we divide. Okay, then please bring the 5 down here. Okay, so this is what we will have, negative 2. Okay, now negative 2 times 5 will give us negative 10. So that is where this negative 10 is coming from. Then negative 3 plus 1 will be negative 2. That is where this negative 2 is coming from. The 8 is there, right? So 2 goes here, 4, 2 goes here, 5. Okay, so that is it, 4, 5. But because of this negative 2, it will go and become a denominator. And that is what we have here, okay, plus c. And you are good to go.